We are previewing the next fixture. Actually, this fixture will be the last one for the weekend. Yes, I'm talking about the fixture, the match, not the press conference. The match will be the last one for the weekend, and it takes place at the TUT Stadium.
Why?
We'll get to that. Why are you asking me, Coach? Why are you asking me?
I don't know.
It will be at the TUT Stadium. SuperSport United coming up against Polokwane City on Sunday evening. Can we all just please remain silent, please? Because people are just talking when we've started the press conference. Thank you very much. Coach, maybe thoughts into that match. You played last 16 fixture, you were at home. You're asking me why, but you were at home. But just your thoughts, into that fixture.
I think we said it last week. Look, we've got a home draw, that's important. And needs to be back in Tshwane, so that's important for us as well. We're obviously looking forward to the game because obviously the break we've had, like everybody else. So we're looking forward to it and get going. It's a long wait till the Sunday, but it is what it is. So I don't know what else really to say.
And maybe your thoughts on the opposition?
Well, they've done well, haven't they? They've really done well. They've got a good team together there. They certainly got a good few results and a couple of interesting players, and they've made a really good team so far, and they've done a good job. So these games are never easy. Never easy, these games. You can say what you like. We also got quite a few away, and they've only come back. They come back tomorrow, so we won't really. The preparation time is quite short, but it's the same for certainly other teams as well. So we'll get down to it pretty much Friday, Saturday, and then try and just get things going again.
All right, let's take questions from the floor, just by a show of hand. And I've noted chat. Do we have any other hands? Okay, Temba as well. Chat, you can go ahead.
Coach, aside from obviously being closer to home, is there any advantage playing at TUT versus playing at Polokwane?
Well, the only advantage is obviously not the travel for us, which we've been doing now for the last. We've played 11 away games pretty much in a row, so that's been a bit taxing, because you get used to it, you get into a rhythm when you play. So that's been for me the biggest. We were unbeaten last year at home, and obviously then we haven't played one game there this year, and so that's been a bit frustrating from the players and me and everybody. And TUT obviously was a ground that helped us out, but it's not really a home ground, for us. It's just I'm not quite sure why this game is not Lucas, but it is what it is.
Okay, Temba.
Coach, just to look at the youngsters that you have within your squad and looking at the magnitude of this competition, how tuned up are they? I think you've got your Campbell, you've got all of them. How tuned up are they looking at this big, exciting competition that comes with innovations that benefit individuals even still? How have you actually gotten them to settle down mentally? Is it something that you've looked at, that this is a big tournament with a lot of money? And for a team like SuperSport, you always say you don't have a budget. We come from a tournament that says the first prize is 8 million, the second prize is 800,000 rand. How do you then look at it financially, the boost that comes with you being number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, where there's a lot of money still to be made by the club?
Look, the younger players, you mentioned Sandre. Well, if you see him, say hi next time. I haven't seen him, he's been at school writing exams. So, it's been obviously frustrating for the youngster. And I've told him, I have a long chat to him about this whole thing, He's just got to get through this period. We've got 2-3 of them still doing the exams, so they obviously don't come to training, and so we're missing each other. You know what I mean? We don't see each other, and you can't organise a whole team training session around one player or two players that are writing exams. So they're training with the reserves and come back to us. Anyway, on the money side, I think you don't think about the prize money. I think the big innovation was that man of the match, that situation, which that's certainly got them talking. They just say, no, I can't say what I want to say. But we've had a discussion, and yeah, I think, you know, those type of things, you think when the game is on, I don't think you think about it too much, you know. But I mean, it's a good competition for a club like ours to sneak around and get unnoticed and try and get through, you know. We let ourselves down in the top 8, but we were absolutely knackered by the time we played that Sunday game, going Durban, Polokwane, Durban in 6 days, you know. So that was a big problem. But anyway, but I don't think, you don't think about prize money in that, you know. I think you think more about trying to win the game, and then whatever goes with it, you know. But it's certainly a great innovation from Carlin. Jeez, like, you know, as a player. The problem is if you play certainly some clubs, you're not going to get the votes, are you? Unlucky, son. Yeah. You can win 3-0, you're still not going to get the votes. So, yeah, but it's been a throwaway line at training. You know what I mean by a throwaway line? It's a laugh and a joke, and yeah. So, yeah.
Thank you, Coach. Let's move on. Do we have any further questions? Please do alert me if there are other people that I cannot see. Pendulo, can go ahead.
Coach, I'm Pedro here, freelance coach. Coach, will the approach be different this time, considering that SuperSport hasn't been lucky when it comes to knockout tournaments? I mean, last season you started in the Nedbank first game, this season in the top 8 first game, and also this is the first game against Polokwane City, a side that recently been promoted from the first division. So will the approach be different from the other games, considering that you haven't fared well in the other games?
I don't want to go back last year, but you can blame me there. But I don't think we would have come third if we would have done what I wanted to do, because we had some big games coming up, and we had to rest a few, and also gave me an opportunity. We're a club of opportunities, so these players get a chance. I played them a lot of them in that last year. We got knocked out first round. But I think you've got to do that. You've got to take, and you've got to show faith in these kids. But this tournament, we don't play again until Thursday, Friday next week, and then we got a gap again. So there's quite a bit of gap, so we can sort of play, you know, a stronger squad, not worrying too much about what's coming ahead of us as well, you know. So yeah, we'll, and obviously we had a long break now as well.
All right, thank you, Coach. I think we've got questions there. I can't see who, but Mazola and Tep. Okay, thank you. I've noted you, Carol.
Coach, just on, are you going to change the side around a little bit? I mean, especially with the goalkeeping department.
Yeah, I've done that a few times, haven't I?
Yeah. The assumption is that you signed Washington to give Ricardo a bit of competition. It's another cup. Are you going to rotate, or you want Ricardo to get more game time and keep improving?
Yeah, to be fair, in other cup competitions, I've made that decision early. I haven't made that decision. I haven't seen Ricardo goes for 2 weeks, and I mean, they're still not back. I think they're coming back tonight, tomorrow morning. So, you know, I'm not going to see him tomorrow, Friday a little bit, and then Saturday, and we play. So I'll make that call closer to the time. And you know, when they come back from these places, there's always something. You know what I mean? It's always something. So let's see where we are. But I've normally made the call much earlier, but I haven't made that call yet, and that's honest. I mean, there's no lie there, you know. Yeah.
And it's Coach Tebo.
Yeah. Thanks. Coach.
He's like Stevie Wonder, boss. It's better.
Coach.
Was a joke.
Since that you are obviously out of the MTN 8 and now recurring knockout, knowing you, a coach that likes to win cup competitions in between, is one competition that do you think the team can go all the way, looking at the schedule this season?
I think in any cup competition, anywhere in the world, I think the draw also is a fate, you know. I'm not saying it always worked, because last year, we should have got through in the first round. But I think the draw is also, if you can get a draw, and sometimes you can get right through, you know, and get to. And also we got, with our travel with this CAF Cup coming, we just got to be careful let's try and get through first the weekend. If we can get through first the weekend, we'll take. Then I'll worry about that. But I think what you're saying, you know, we can't prioritize one thing. We don't have we got to try and just go for everything, and you know. But we also got to what's coming ahead of us. You know, there's some big games. You know, we're going to Egypt now, and so yeah, the squad is not don't have the biggest squad. Yeah.
Karabo, if we can get a microphone here, Karabo. Yeah. Yeah, I've noted it.
Good afternoon, Coach. Karabo from SuperSport. Coach, I think my question will be a bit biased because I work with a lot of these BC players. Jabu Matio, Coach, one of the most quietest players off the pitch, but loud on the pitch with speed. Is he likely going to get a chance? I mean, he's one of the most gifted players. I think South Africa will see in the next couple of months, if you do allow. And Iniesta, how far is he? I think, is he also frustrated by the injury? Is he close to starting a match for SuperSport United? Thank you.
Sheesh, you hit the nail on the head. I can't say any more different. Two top players, but I think, you know, Jabu's competing with two good players in there as well, you know, for those spots. He'll get his turn. He'll get his turn. I mean, he's really exciting. I let him play in the Disky on the weekend because they haven't played much, and we got this big gap, so a couple of them played, which I don't like doing because I think we need to bring the next group up, which we are. I mean, we've got the youngest Disky team, you know, in the league. And it's not about winning, it's about producing, which they've done. And that's important for us. But I let them play this weekend just to give them a little mileage. But Jabu, fantastic. Iniesta obviously had a bad ACL, you know. And he was really doing well before that, and it's unfortunate. So, again, competing, you know, with Grant and these guys, Magamans and these guys, you know. It's difficult in there. It's not easy. And it's been a strong part of our team. So, the time will come. There's lots of games. I've told them there's lots of games, you know. And when they get the chance, you know, please, they must take it. But they will be given. They are certainly in the 18 all the time, as you've seen. There's never, you know, play a little bit here and there, but these things take time. And it's sometimes about timing with young players. It's not about giving them a chance. It's about the timing, you know. So they will both come. They will both come.
Let's go to Katlego.
Good afternoon, Coach.
Hi.
Yeah, you can go ahead.
Oh, you guys can hear me? Oh, okay. Good afternoon, Coach. You know, how stressful is this period in terms of being without your 5 internationals? And you had said that the team doesn't train, but now you're preparing without them. And how do you navigate around that? Because you also said, or you've mentioned that your squad is stressed, basically, and you don't have maybe the resources, unlike some of your more bigger teams.
Well, I mean, certainly other clubs will feel it more. Like, you know, Sundowns will feel it more. They got so many away. But a club like ours, when you have 4-5 away, and we had the Zimbabwean, we got 3-4 Zimbabwe. They went there. There was no game as well, so they also didn't pay the air tickets. You know the story. Couldn't get back and anything else. Yeah. So they'll be arriving tonight or today and that. So yeah, it's like that all over the world. You know, I don't think there's any. At least, and you got another one next month. And it's always the start of the season, and then you got January. So it's going to be a lot of breaks. You know, in between games, and it's just nothing you can do about it. It's just been going on for years. It's not going to change. So instead of complaining, let's just train, and you know. And as the question earlier, the younger ones, we had a few friendlies here and there. Look at the younger ones; they did well. So it also gives other people opportunity. So that's the way I look at it.
Let's go to Matati. And I also noted Njabula there.
Afternoon, Coach.
Hi.
I've read somewhere, I think it was Mazola's story, that this kid, Ime, has not decided fully as to whether he wants to play for South Africa or Nigeria. Can you help us there? Maybe try to convince him to play for Ghana going forward?
He should be. Should be in the team last night. Look, we found him at Randburg last year. I found him at Randburg. Amazing. It's an unbelievable story. Anyway. And maybe we should do that, but more in South Africa now. Start mixing a little bit, start getting bigger players. You know what I mean? I said to him, you know, it came out in the media yesterday or the day. I said to him, you can't be, you know, let's not get sidetracked with that. Play, and then it'll find its path. You know what I'm saying? And he got picked in the preliminary squad twice now, and I'm sure they'll have a closer look at him in the weeks to come. You know, and he might be an interesting one to take away in January. Might be, just as a to see. But he's certainly got huge potential. But potential means nothing, South Africa. But he's got good attributes, which is the most important thing. And those type of things, I think it'll lead its way, where he goes, in what direction he goes. I think you shouldn't worry about that now.
Let's go to Njabulo.
Coach, in terms of the knockout competitions in the country, they're very lucrative, highly rated and appreciated by the supporters. In terms of the value that is there in terms of knockout competitions and defining the season, what impacts do you think that has in terms of the value that is placed on the long slog that is the league? For instance, you've got a team managed by some guy called Gavin, won 3 league titles in a row. Does not necessarily jump off when you talk of teams that have done well, but those that would have won knockout competitions in a short space of time are higher paid.
I didn't get the drift of the question. Like, it's a bit, if I would think and maybe the PSL should look at it. I think we should do a little bit of razzmatazz with these competitions more and play double headers like we used to do at Ellis Park, especially SuperSport Polokwane, and we can maybe create, vibe. Is that the type of question? I really do feel in my day we should play the John Player specials and all those things, those double headers. And you'd always have 2 teams, like I played for, we had no crowd, Lennox, and play Wits and no people. And then you would have Pirates play Highlands, and there's 50,000 because they all came for Pirates, you understand? But at least it creates a vibe. So I think, is that the question you like? How do we create something like that? Yeah, I would definitely take a SuperSport Polokwane and mix it and play a double header somewhere. That's what I would have done. I mean, that's what I shouldn't be going there. But I mean, honestly, on a Sunday, it's good. 6 o'clock. Yeah. Think about it. Huh?
I think he was asking whether the cup competition sort of watered down the league because it's so lucrative. And there's a plan around.
No, I'm old-fashioned. The league is more important for me. I'm really a league guy. And I always tell the best clubs is where you end up after 30 games. And we'll have the referees, you'll have like what's been going on, this and that, and decisions. But if you look at the end of the season after 30 games, if you're 3rd or 4th or 2nd, you're the 2nd best team. And you could have won 2 cup competitions. But obviously the cup competitions are very lucrative for the club owners, for the players, and it creates a vibe, and it's very good. We are very, very fortunate in this country to have all these cup competitions over the last 30 years, 40 years that we've had. But the league for me is where you really should be judged. It's like going into this African competition now. You should be looking at the last 10 years, who's come where in the league, and then you judge it from there, shouldn't you? Yeah. Let's not go there. Yeah.
Another suggestion.
Okay, I think we'll end it here because we are now out of time. Thank you very much, Coach Gavin, and all the best.
Thank you. Have a nice day.